Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is a special video week for our battle video. So I think every 6 weeks or so, every month and a half-ish, we're gonna do a special themed team of sorts, like how we did with the Cypher admins and BDSP and whatnot. So we're going to do a special. So this week we're doing Paldea's top champion Geeta, and it's the team not from the game, but rather my interpretation of her in-game team. So her in-game team was Glimmora, Espathra, Veluza, Avalugg, Gogo, and Kinggambit. And of course, you know, Indigo Disc came out and there's her revamped team, I believe. And spoilers ahead, I'll give you 3, 2, 1. So she still keeps her Glimmora, Espathra, Kinggambit, and Avalugg, and she replaces Veluza and Gogo with Chestnut and Dragapult. So a very deadly team. I personally think she probably should have got rid of Avalugg, maybe have a fairy type, maybe like Gardevoir or something, just to give her that Dragon Steel Fairy core. But nonetheless though, like, this is my interpretation of her in-game team. So when you face her the first time, I think this offers a little bit more bulk and coverage throughout her team. So let's get started, shall we? Where's the button? There's the button. So first up we have is her, of course, her signature, her Glimmora, my Glimmora called Nebula, rocking Stealth Rock, Earth Power, Sludge Wave, and Mortal Spin. It's not gonna be like one of those feeder leads where it's meant to go in and be taken out. This Glimmora is our spinner. So we want to kind of set up rocks at an opportune time and switch out, because we don't have the sash, and Glimmora is not the bulkiest thing in the world. Although 90 and 81 isn't too bad, it's not the bulkiest thing. It's fast, it can hit hard with Sludge Wave and Earth Power, but then when we want to come in at the opportune time and get off some Mortal Spins, spread some poison around and clear some hazards. There's no speed boost to this, but it does a little chunk of chip, give a little status, and then this will stack with the rocks. And if toxic spikes are on the field, we can get those off as well. Terra Ghost for defensive purposes, so we don't have to worry about psychic types and rapid spinners, opposing rapid spinners rather. And this will also help us deal with Excadrills and whatnot as well. That's the first thing comes to mind when you think of rapid spinners, counter with the Earth Power. This thing is walled by Corviknight, so it is going to be something we have to watch for. Next up, we have Gholdengo, I call Rainmaker. The Gholdengo running Shadow Ball, Make It Rain, Thunderbolt, Focus Blast, a Choice Specs Gholdengo. This will be my first time using it, as I've never used one before. Obviously, it's a new mon. So these are all Gen 9 mons, if you notice, by the way, just pointing that out there. Gholdengo, Rainmaker, hits very hard with the 133 special attack and 84 speed. Makes it quite formidable. Shadow Ball here is our main stab of choice, also with the Ghost Terra. Thunderbolt and Focus Blast for coverage, although I was thinking of running Dazzling Gleam, but then with stuff like Tyranitar's out there, and then shoot, I just had it in my mind and forgot about it. But Tyranitar is a big one that can stop Gholdengo with crunches and whatnot, so getting a Focus Blast off would be really good. Although I was thinking Dazzling Gleam, so this might be another one we might switch it midway through, just in case we run into like Great Tusk and we need some coverage options. Although Shadow Ball does hit a lot of options as well. Thunderbolt, again, great move. There's no Ice Beam, yeah, there's no Ice Beam. And then our Steel move is Make It Rain, which is essentially Draco Meteor, except 100% accuracy, 120 base power, and only lowers by 1. So this would be our nuke button in case we need to get it off. And coming at 120, hitting with a Specs at +1, this is gonna really hurt. So I hope Gholdengo can really show what it's why it's what tier is it now? Why it's an OU mon, why it was borderline Uber, and why it's good as gold as well. Our purely special defensive option is Arbo, running Terrain Post, Earth Power, Leech Seed, and Strength Sap. So the key for this one is to always be taking a hit. 125 and 100 is nothing to laugh at. 78 is pretty decent, and it has overall great bulk. It has middling speed, however, but with Earth Power and then Terrain Post plus Siege Sower, we're constantly going to be restoring our own HP, hopefully, and then wearing down our opponent. I think this team is again based off, it's more offensive, but then the goal is to kind of grind the opponent down with our defensive walls and then hit really hard with our attackers. So yeah, so terrain post hits double in grassy terrain, so it's to be 100 power grass move, earth power for fire, steel coverage, leech seed again just to get residual, and strength sap just to stop those sweepers. So first thing that comes to mind is, I think, strength sap. I'm gonna say Gliscor, for example. This helps us to kind of dwindle down Gliscor just a bit. We can cancel its toxic heal with the leech seed, and then terrain pulse doing neutral damage. So that's just an example, although it is more specialty defensive, so we don't want to take too many physical hits. Our water type for this one is All Might the Palafin. All Might the Palafin. Oh, I've been waiting to use this for a long time. So it's a punching glove set, which punching glove is a new item that boosts punching moves by 10%, and it doesn't make contact, so stuff like iron barbs, it wouldn't bother Palafin. And the goal is to set up bulk up. We'll switch out first, of course, to get the 0 to hero, and then bulk up at the opportune times and just fire off these punches. Water ice coverage is near perfect coverage. The only thing it gets blocked by is possibly Lantern, but we don't need to worry because we have Drain Punch. And there's no water ghost types in this game, there's no Jellicent in this game, so we have to worry about Jellicents either. So this should hit just about everything and hit very, very hard, especially at +1. So essentially be hitting with a +1, a 60% boost to its power. And I think that's very, very scary. This will be a good late game clutch, and then Terra Water just to make these jet punches hurt really, really badly. Our defensive wall, and completing our fire, water, grass core here, is Glory, our Ceruledge. Defensive Ceruledge, running bulk up Bitter Blade, Shadow Sneak, and Taunt. Ceruledge hits very hard. I haven't really faced too many in practice, but I know it can take a bunch of hits, especially with bulk ups going, and then Bitter Blade to kind of heal up and then continue stacking on, again, piling on the damage, building our own stats, hitting hard, and then be a little bit of a disruptor with Taunt. It's not the fastest thing, it's the same speed as Kokuevo at 85, so we do have to watch out for that. Gliscors will outspeed us, of course, but this thing can take on Corviknights and Great Tusk, even if we can get some bulk ups off. Terra Fire, I think I just went with Terra Fire because I didn't change the Terra type. I didn't know what to really change it to, but it will get those Bitter Blades, do more damage. And we also have a Fire Resist with Flash Fire, so we can possibly take on a non-Earth Power Heatran as well. Last but certainly not least, what should have been her ace in the first place is Yuha the Kinggambit. He's back. He's ready to take over again with Heavy Duty Boots, Supreme Overlord, same exact set with Sword Stance, Kotao Cleave, Iron Head, and Sucker Punch. Same exact spread as last time, Terra Flying to be more defensive. And in theory, if everybody goes down, we're really not going to use this thing until hopefully the last mon, like the games have. Hopefully we don't have to use it to the last one, and then hopefully we can get a sweep. It's not the fastest thing, of course, 50 speed, but then we can hit hard with Iron Head, Kotao Cleave, and Sucker Punch. Just hit everything, and hopefully it works. So this is the upgraded Geeta team, at least my opinion. I think this is an upgraded Geeta team. Let me know what you guys think down below, and let me know how we think we're gonna do. I think we'll do decently fine. In testing, of course, this is all recorded after NCPL, so before Indigo Disc came out, and I think Teal Mask was out by then. Yeah, so before Indigo Disc came out, this team was actually undefeated, so hopefully that holds up still with the Indigo Disc mods added in. Of course, we have a bunch of like Gouging Fire, Raging Bolt, I forgot what else is in the DLC, Alolan Mons, Hisuian Mons, whatever, right? So this is a pretty good team. I just hope it can hold up with the new additional mods we have in. With that being said, wish us luck, and I'll see you all next time. We'll be playing as Champion Geeta, so I hope you get used to hearing Geeta's music. Until then, bye bye.